Okay, I am back at the W3 schools and I'm going to do a different type of navigation bar. So just to take you where I'm located, I'm at the W3 schools. I'm going to go into Learn CSS, and then what I'm going to do is scroll down until I find navigation bar, which is right here. And then I'm going to go under the horizontal navigation bars. I'm going to scroll down till I get to, not that one, this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this navigation bar, but I'm going to make the about a logo by using a web font. So it's not going to be a link, it's just going to be a logo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this text, edit, copy. I'm going to flip back to my basic layout up here, and I have a div at the top here, or a nav tag, that I'm going to use for my navigation bar. So I'm going to get rid of this filler text, the text that's bracing this open, and I'm going to give myself some room in code. I'm just going to hit the return key a few times to drive down the end of that nav tag. Clicking right here, and I'm going to go edit, paste. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the W3 school. I am going to click try it for yourself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the styling, which is located right here. Going to copy everything within the style tag, not the style tag itself, but rather just the rules. So everything within the style tag. I'm going to go edit, copy. I'm going to go back to Dreamweaver. I'm going to open up my style sheet. At the very end, I'm going to go edit, paste. Okay. Now I can see the navigation bar in here, but I'm going to make some changes to the styling. So I'm going to open this up. And if I scroll down and read, right now the code here is saying to me, the list items are being floated or aligned to the left. Okay. And what I want is I'm going to change this to the right. So I'm just going to type in here right. Click in design view, and now it actually flipped it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the source code, or the HTML code. Open this a little bit more. And if I look here, what's happening is I see the home, news, and contact. And what I'm going to do, where it says list style equals float right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the right here. Again, this is for the about, which is right here, and I'm going to change it to left. Click in design view, it has changed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this text, and I'm just going to type out my logo. Okay. Now it's kind of giving me a false indication as to the size here. And if you remember, if you go to the top here and swap it from designed to live, you actually get a internal browser. And let's see what it looks like in the browser, the actual browser. Okay, and what I need to do is I need to zero out my margins to kind of fix that. So I'm going to add that universal selector. I'm going to go to the top here, and I am going to type star, curly bracket, and then I'm going to type out margin, zero, semicolon. I'm going to hit my return key, and I'm going to type out padding. 0 semicolon. Okay, I am going to preview in the web again, and everything snaps the way I want it to be. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this a web font so it stands out. So I'm going to go to my source code or my HTML. I'm going to create a CSS class style for it. So I'm going to open up the CSS designer. I'm going to add a class, and I'm going to call it .logo. I'm going to go to the type properties, and I am going to go to the font family, and I'm going to pick a kind of fun web font. So I'm going to click Manage Fonts, and I'll pick one that's going to stand out real well. Maybe I'll pick this one. Actually, it looks like I've already picked that one before. I'll pick this one, and I'll say done. Now if I go back to the font family, I see it right here. Maybe I'll increase the font size, something bigger. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this for a second here. I'm going to select, let me pop back into design mode. Okay, it's easier to select text. I'm going to select that text. I'm going to open up my properties panel. In the class section of the properties panel, I'm going to select that logo. Keep in mind, you are not going to see web fonts unless you are previewing on the web. So I'm going to go over to the preview button, and I'm going to do Safari, and I'm going to save and save again. And now I've got what looks like a logo. I obviously could change it, make it different than this, but it's acting more like a logo now. And I definitely could change the links to all these. I could add navigation. Let me show you how you can add more navigation here. I'm going to go back to my code here, flip this open a little bit, and here's that unordered list. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this line of code a couple times. So list item for home here, I'm going to copy it, edit, copy. After it, I'm going to hit the return key, and I'm going to paste, and I'll paste again. And I'm just going to change the text. I don't want home being 3 times, so I'll just make this facts. And maybe I'll make this prices. Could be whatever you want it to be. Oops, I got an extra H in there. And if I look in design view, I can see the changes that have taken place. Don't forget that all these have a pseudo link that you would need to change. What do I mean by that? I'm going to hit the contact. This is just a pseudo link with just some extra text added to it. You want to be able to change all these links. So you're going to want to change all these links to real links. Let me go ahead and preview again. And there we go.